Hey everyone, and welcome to TopThink. Today we will learn about 15 signs someone isn't meant for you. Now let's begin. Number 1. Changing personalities. The first and possibly the most common sign that your partner is not right for you is your compulsory need to change them. In your head, you may have a vision of what your ideal partner looks and acts like. Almost everyone does. In reality, your partner may be nothing like the person you imagined. So, what do? You subtly try to change your partner into the person you've always wanted to date. Unfortunately, changing your partner is never the answer. If you need to change your partner to be with them, it probably means they weren't right for you in the first place. Instead of forcing your partner to become someone they're not, ask yourself whether you could be with them as they are now. If the answer is no, you two probably weren't meant to be. Number 2. Unshared interests. Do you and your partner have anything meaningful in common? In many relationships, the only thing partners have in common is their mutual affection for each other. They don't share any hobbies or interests, they struggle to find common ground, and their opinions about the world frequently disagree. Even their personalities are wildly different. If this sounds familiar, the person you're seeing now may not be the right person for you. Thinking long-term, it's necessary to find someone with whom you share at least a few important things. Otherwise, what are you going to talk about for the rest of your lives? Having things in common isn't a luxury in a relationship, it's often a necessity. If you're dating someone with whom you can't see eye to eye, they probably aren't the one for you. Number 3. The wrong focus. Are you interested in a relationship with your partner, or just being in a relationship? Many people get into relationships for the benefit of a long-term connection. You like the social perks of having a partner as well as the boost of confidence. But do you feel great about your actual partner? If the answer is no, you're probably not with the right person. It may be safe and comfortable to be in any relationship at all, but your partner should be the number one reason you stick around. If that's not the case, your current partner may not be meant for you. Number 4. Good enough. Do you often worry that you're not good enough for your partner? Do they make you feel like you're not attractive, successful, or intelligent enough to be with them? For whatever reason, you feel like you're not making the cut. Whenever your partner is around, you feel insecure and you struggle to be your true self. Instead of letting loose and feeling confident, you're constantly battling nerves and insecurities because you never feel good enough to stand by their side. In a lasting relationship, you and your partner should feel like you're standing on equal footing. If it feels any different, the person you're with now may not be the person you stay with in the future. Number 5. Intellectual compatibility. Conversations are key in any relationship. If you plan to spend a lot of time with each other, potentially months or years, then you need to have a good conversational dynamic. In other words, you must enjoy talking to each other. Whether you're playfully teasing each other or seriously discussing lifelong goals, your partner should be someone you can talk to about anything. You're always on a similar wavelength and consistently find the other person intellectually stimulating. You don't have to agree on everything or constantly see eye to eye, but you should be intellectually compatible in some way. If you treasure the conversations you have and look forward to many more, you may have found the perfect person for you. But if every conversation is a struggle, it may be time to move on to someone new. Number 6. Convenient neglect. Do you feel like a priority in your partner's life? Do they go out of their way to be with you, or do they only engage with you when it's convenient? Sometimes people get into relationships because it's easier than being alone. They want the benefits of being in a relationship without making real emotional investments. Ask yourself, am I a priority in my partner's life? If the answer is no, this person probably is not meant for you. You should never be the only one putting in the effort and taking the initiative. They should be as eager to spend time with you as you are to spend time with them. If they're not, you may be better off going your separate ways. Number 7. Living in the present. Most of the time, living in the moment is a good thing. Concentrating on the present helps many couples find happiness and excitement in the early stages of their relationship. But there comes a point when you need to talk about the future. But what if your partner refuses to have those conversations? Maybe they ignore your attempts to talk about the future or avoid making long-term commitments to you. If this happens once or twice, they may just need a little more time. But if it happens over and over, this person is not ready for something serious with you. Number 8. Dissolution of trust. Trust is incredibly difficult to build, but it is very easy to break. When it's broken, it may never be repaired. If someone isn't meant for you, you probably know deep down that you don't trust them. Maybe they betrayed your confidence in the past or made an important promise they failed to keep. Either way, you're skeptical of everything they say, and you can't shake the feeling that they're going to betray you again. If you're stuck in this situation, it may be time to move on. Yes, trust can be rebuilt, but it takes a long time and a lot of hard work. Look at the person you're with and ask yourself, is this relationship worth that much hardship? If the answer is no, that's okay. You're not a bad person. You just haven't found the right person for you. Number 9. Avoiding friends. As you deepen your relationship with someone, they become more involved in your life. They get a glimpse of your daily routine, hear more about your job, and of course, get to know your friends and family. But if someone isn't right for you, you may notice conflicts developing between the most important people in your life. Ill-fitting partners may clash with your family or avoid your friends. They may feel jealous of the time you spend with loved ones or even pull you away from your other relationships. If someone you're dating doesn't mesh with the people you value most, don't let this big red flag go unnoticed. Number 10. The bad times. You feel comfortable and happy when things are good in your relationship, but how do you feel when things aren't running so smoothly? Bad moments are often more indicative of the true strength of a relationship. Let's say your small arguments frequently devolve into heated conflicts, or maybe your partner regularly gives you the silent treatment for days on end. These toxic behaviors are important to consider early on. If you and your partner can't work through conflicts in a healthy way, there may be more wrong with your relationship than you realize. Number 11. Patterns of disinterest. Does your partner listen when you talk? It sounds simple, but someone who doesn't listen when you speak should automatically raise red flags. The driving force of any good relationship is mutual interest. You may be showing interest in them, but if they aren't interested in you, then your relationship isn't moving in a positive direction. Make sure whomever you date cares as much about your life as you care about theirs. Otherwise, you might as well go your separate ways. Number 12. Failing friendship. When the right person comes along, they won't just be your girlfriend or boyfriend. They'll be your best friend. They become someone you want to spend a majority of your time with and trust with your deepest vulnerabilities. If you have physical chemistry with your partner, that's great. But if they don't feel like your friend, then you may not be as good together as you think. Number 13. Levels of effort. Is your partner dismissive and unreliable? Do they cancel plans at the last minute, often for reasons you don't understand? This is common behavior for a partner that is not emotionally invested in the relationship. You're ready and willing to make a commitment and follow through on your promises, but they're not putting in the same level of effort. If you're dating someone who isn't meeting you halfway, they may not be the kind of partner you want or need. Number 14. The fizzle phase. In the beginning, your relationship was intense and intimate. You quickly moved through the early stages of the relationship, but now your connection has fizzled and lost its spark. While fizzling is natural in very long-term relationships, if it happens within the first few months, fizzling may be a sign of fleeting infatuation instead of love. You have physical chemistry, but that may be as deep as your connection goes. There's nothing real or emotional keeping you together, so it's only natural that you drift apart. Number 15. Intolerable flaws. Does your partner have a quirk or flaw that you just can't get over? Anything that bothers you now is going to bother you in the future. You may think, I'll get used to it, but that's rarely the case. Instead, those flaws wear on you until one day you just can't take it anymore. So, take a moment to ask yourself, can I love their weaknesses as well as their strengths? If the answer is no, this person isn't meant for you. Thank you for watching TopThink, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.